So for something to come above that, and JJK had hype upon hype, Demon Slayer hype upon hype upon hype.
I didn't even hear about this, and yet alone it's come from nowhere. It's like one of those Champions League teams, like Sevilla or something.
Boy, it's like one of those bogey teams. It's like the RKO. It's like Randy Orton. Oh my gosh!
From nowhere. Okay.
Watch out.
I love those RKO videos. They just get
so
people
funny,
just
right?
get RKO.
So let me set the scene for everybody, as well as you, Ed. Now, listeners, over the past couple of weeks and episodes, Ed and I just stumbled across the fact that we were actually, you know what, basically, we were making fun of Frieren, wherever it's called. We were making fun of it. And we then checked and then saw, hold up a second. The show is actually highly rated. People are actually talking about it. Which led us to believe, okay, let's see what's happening. I came across an article about today, that was published 2 days ago by Screen Rant. So Ed, I've sent it over to you. Let me read the headline and let's jump right in. Hit new fantasy anime dethrones Fullmetal Alchemist for the top anime in 2 big rankings. Now, what are those 2 rankings that you ask? MyAnimeList and Anime News Network. At the time of recording in March 2024, if you go to the Anime News Network Top 10, Ed, I'll send that to you in a second. If you go to the MyAnimeList, before, a couple weeks ago, we took a look at the MyAnimeList and it was in the top 10. But now, my friends, on both, it is number 1. The best rated anime in my anime list and my Anime News Network.
Man.
This is an anime. We never ever try to pitch ourselves as anime experts. Ed, I never heard of Frieren until you told me about it. I never heard of it. Never heard of it. It didn't just go underneath my radar. It wasn't even on it. It wasn't even on there. It could have been a foreign language. I was like, what are you talking? I don't know. If someone said what's Frieren, like I told you before, when someone said Frieren, I thought they were talking about Friends. I thought they were talking about Friends on Netflix. Joey, Ross, Phoebe. Yeah. That's what. Yeah. My first thoughts, and then I'll hand over to you, Ed. Is this show that good? And reading the article, there was one line, and then I'll say this, and then I'll shut up. There was one line that kind of interested me, and it was a line about how about Frieren, which is adaptation, Madhouse's adaptations of Frieren Beyond Journey's End, is one of those crossed audiences. In a case where it can be something that anime fans like, and it's a great introduction to people who've never experienced anime. That made me, I was like, oh, okay, is this the new gateway? Is this the new gateway anime? So anyway, what do you think, Ed? What do you think?
I mean, look, I have to hold reservations because I've never seen it, but to say, well, I say it's not to say, it's not a claim, it's actually the fact that it has dethroned Fullmetal Alchemist as number 1, and I hold Fullmetal Alchemist in high regard, definitely in the top 10, from a story perspective, from an anime from an animation perspective, from just the way, even to use your words, it moves you. I don't know, I'm struggling to see how this anime is capturing people's or holding people's attention story-wise, given it's about magic and fairies. Now, that maybe sounds dumb because there's a lot of stuff that does sound dumb, but in the anime context, you have to think. I've watched things like Fairy Tail, I've watched things like Black Clover, and these are not, and also to some extent, what's that one? Sword Art Online. These are not necessarily animes where they have great stories, from my perspective anyway. They're great in terms of, you know, shonen or whatever, isekai, or just like, you know, adventure, leveling up, all that stuff. Even to the point of, what's it called, slime, you know, again, another magical. So when I think magical in anime, I don't necessarily think story driven. So Fullmetal Alchemist is a very story driven, for me anyway, my perspective, anime. So for this to dethrone Fullmetal Alchemist, it must have more than just fancy magic and fancy fights. It must have some substance. So it'll be interesting to see what the substance is in regards to the anime.
So the key thing, so it's in the name, Frieren Beyond Journey's End.
Mm-hmm.
So I will just read, like, I'm reading this from the wiki. This is taking place in a fantasy world. The story follows Frieren, an elven mage, as she embarks on a journey to reach the resting place of souls in order to reunite with her former comrade Himmel, whose hero party once slew the Demon King. So this is you know, normally in like a typical, as well as like shonen, the big bad.
Yeah.
So the big bad is there. Big bad is, and then the whole show is about the journey to defeat said big bad. Insert any anime shown, top popular anime shown, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The journey to defeat Madara, the journey to defeat Aizen, the journey to defeat etc, 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 etc. Right now, this is interesting because it takes place after done. It's finished, gone. That part is done. Society has been restored. We've completed the mission.
Mm-hmm.
What happens afterwards?
Mm-hmm.
So I think I when I remember someone was saying it's slow paced. It's not as action heavy. And I think some of those points that you're talking about is that it might be story driven. Will come from that journey of, okay, I just want to get home. I just want to go home, as opposed to I need to defeat the big bad. Now, you and I both haven't seen it yet. It has certainly jumped to the top of my list of things to.
We need to do a review for sure.
I need to see. Like, people are saying it's the top anime. Of Demon Slayer didn't do this. JJK didn't do this.
Whoa! Demon Slayer did do this solo.
No, as in not the top.
Oh no, not in rankings. The hype was there for Demon Slayer.
Yeah, no, yeah, they're not talking
in
about
a way,
rankings.
Yeah, rankings. Yeah,
number one. It beat Full. Do you know how high Fullmetal Alchemist has been on that list?
Yeah, it's been on there for long
years. So for something to come above that, and JJK had hype upon hype, Demon Slayer hype upon hype upon hype.
I didn't even hear about this, and yet alone it's come from nowhere. It's like one of those Champions League teams, like Sevilla or something.
Boy, it's like one of those bogey teams. It's like the RKO. It's like Randy Orton. Oh my gosh!
From nowhere. Okay.
Watch out.
I love those RKO videos. We just get
so
people
funny,
just
right?
get RKO.
Look at him, he's slithering. Watch out. Okay,
oh my gosh, but yeah.
See? So it's for it to come with like usurp to MyAnimeList and Anime News Network. That is
it's a conspiracy, Solo. That's what it is.
So they literally, in that article, they said, I'm sure that Fullmetal Alchemist fans are now rushing to bump up the score to put it back on top.
Honestly, I need to watch this because
yeah, that's the thing. It's now become I need to watch this.
Either this new generation of watchers don't know good stories.
Careful now.
I'm not saying they don't, but that's the thing. I have to watch it. Once I watch it, I can be confident in terms of how I'm judging this anime. But right now, I just have to take it on the chin and say it must be an amazing anime.
Yeah,
it must be.
So take a look. I sent you the 2 links. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, listeners, we're gonna quickly shoot through the top 10 anime in MyAnimeList top 10 and Anime News Network anime rankings. So we're quickly gonna go through the top 10 from 10 to number 1.
Oh
Spoiler alert! I know. See, exactly. Spoiler alert! Frieren is number 1 in both. Okay, so let's just get that out.
But this list, what are people doing?
So
no. But look at the number of votes for Frieren.
Yes, I know, but still, yeah. So yeah, we're gonna get.
That's a bit weird. It's not necessarily representative.
Yeah, don't worry, we'll get to that. So
Okay.
let's do Anime News Network, because we did MyAnimeList more recently. So let's go into Anime News Network first. So there's top 10 and look at the number of votes as well. So now, just to address Ed's point, it says here 310 votes for Frieren Beyond Journey's End.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if that's 310 or 310,000.
Nah, it's definitely 310.
Are you sure? Because 310 people doesn't seem like there's that many. I'm pretty sure. I think it's three.
Hold on. The ratings including
it's six. Because it says Fullmetal Alchemist is 6,122 votes. I think that's 6 million. Okay, I don't think that's. I think these are in thousands.
I don't know, Solo, because no, I think because even when you read the subtext, it says the rating also includes titles that have at least 14 votes.
Okay, fine. So
if they're going down, very far down, I don't think these are in the thousands.
Okay, fine.
If they are, then it's a terrible table, because they should have the 000 to show the case that. Yeah.
But
so yeah, I think these are actually the numbers.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just go from top 10. Number 10, Princess Mononoke. Actually, Ed, you know what I want to do? I just want to give you. I want it to be real binary. I want you to say good or bad, whether or not you liked it or not. Yeah. Yes or no? Did you enjoy it?
What in terms of
the top 10? I'm gonna.
Okay, if I've seen it, I'll say. If I've seen it, yeah, of course.
If you've seen it, okay.
Yeah.
Princess Mononoke, number 10.
Yes.
Good. Yes. Cowboy Bebop.
Yes.
Number 9. Code Geass, number 8.
Yes.
Spirited Away, number 7.
Yes.
Number 6, Your Name.
Yes.
Number 5, Rurouni Kenshin.
Yes. Say it.
Number 4, Clannad After Story.
Oh hell no!
Steins Gate, number 3.
Nope.
Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, number 2.
Absolutely love that.
And Frieren, number 1.
And tell the context. Who has the most votes? It looks like Spirited Away. No, Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop has the most votes, according to Anime News Network. Now, MyAnimeList is probably it's a little bit more representative with those figures and those votes, so we'll get onto that. But Cowboy Bebop has 12,000. Yeah, according to my Anime News Network, 12,000. And Frieren has 310. So the question we do have to raise is that, well, is this statistically relevant? Look, we're gonna get geeky here, because if 310 votes, that's maybe not quite a lot, because you could easily have, I guess, 50 of us like review bomb it and give it 1 out of 10, and that number just plummets with such a small number. Whereas if we tried to do that with Cowboy Bebop and we all gave it a 1, like 50 people gave it a 1 right now, 50 to 12,000 ain't really gonna change the score. It's still gonna be up there. So that's interesting. But still, nonetheless, there have been many anime that have been there that still have not beat Fullmetal Alchemist, which has a rating of 9.07 out of 10. Frieren has 9.21 out of 10.
This is on Anime
News Network.
Yeah.
Now, if we jump over to MyAnimeList. Now, we did this recently, and I don't think it was number 1 at the. I don't think it was number 1 there, but number 1.
Is it number 1 here? Oh yeah, it's the Japanese name. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Number 1. 9.39 out of 10. Full Alchemist Brotherhood, 9.09.
It doesn't show you the number of people though.
No, but it doesn't. It says number of members of the show is 620,000.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean votes. I thought MyAnimeList had votes.
I'm pretty sure they did.
I'm gonna check, because maybe this is
Oh no, they do. Where
is it?
They do. If you hover over the show, you hover over the name, it will tell you how many votes. So the 9.39 was been scored by, I know, you see, Ed? You're starting to sweat. 266,000 members have scored Frieren and given it 9.39 out of 10.
Jeez.
Now, the thing we have to say is that, but there are so many other shows that have come through. Like JJK is not in the top 10. Demon Slayer, according to MyAnimeList,
it's not in the top 10.
It's not in the top 10.
That's mad. And yet Frieren is.
And Frieren is.
How is Steingate's in both anime lists top 10? That was a trash anime, man.
It wasn't trash. I think so. It might not be my favorite. I wrongly thought it was but at the beginning, like 3 years ago now. Listeners, you remember that? Episode 1. But I think it was a good show. It is a good show. It is a good show.
I mean, both lists.
It's a different style of show to shonen. It's not a action shonen, but it's very much like mystery and intrigue, and it's driven by that, and curiosity. It's driven by all those things.
I mean, both lists are void because there's no One Piece in there. So, I mean, come on. How is One Piece not in the top 10? I mean, come on.
Oh gosh,
it's just void.
Yeah, I mean, it's a valid point.
I can't even see One Piece in the top 50 on MyAnimeList.
It's not, Ed, calm down. It's because One Piece has
it's at 50.
No, that's just 50 for the poor man's pick. It's got its own ranking, and obviously One Piece is clearly the best of all time. So they don't really have that ranking. It's only these rankings they forget about One Piece. Because One Piece is too good. It's hard to have 10 out of 10. You have to give it.
But what's interesting? Again, the sample, like Fullmetal Alchemist, yes, 9.09, but 2.1 million people have voted that 9. So that's still far above and I think we mentioned this in the last time we went.
But still, it's 266,000 is still that.
Yeah. I mean,
that's a lot.
It's still a lot, yeah, for sure. I would be interested to know as the anime gets more popular and more people vote, if it still stays at 9.39.
But the thing that we have to say is that, but look at JJK and Demon Slayer.
Yeah, I don't know how they're not aiming in the top 50.
And I would argue that they had way more hype than Frieren has. Way more. And yet, they never once threatened to be. Demon Slayer has done numbers. Let's not lie. We know this already. It's done some serious numbers in terms of manga sales, tankobon sales. It has done solid.
Yeah,
impressive, like all class. It's already an all-time in
Yeah.
terms of like pure numbers. But number one, Spy Family. Spy Family didn't get close.
Where's Attack on Titan?
Our main man Boji. So the Attack on Titan on my anime.
Oh, so that's number. Yeah,
it's number 5.
Number 5. That's good.
It's number 5.
Good.
Number 5. And there we go. I would say yeah. And again, another one that we probably need to discuss. We need to take some time to get into. Gintama, because Gintama is all over it.
Yeah. I've been hearing good things about Gintama, to be fair.
Yeah. And
shout out to Robo92. He's always
don't shout him out because he won't stop. He won't stop.
He's on our Discord.
He won't stop. It's either Gintama. Well, actually, to be fair, it's not Gintama. His number one, which he's you know when people say that One Piece fans are bad because we're like religious zealots. No, we're not. Meet Robo92 and ask him about Mob Psycho. Then you will see a true bishop of the highest order. There is not. Is that or his hatred for Dragon Ball Super? Either one of those he's talking about.
Yeah.
But it's but yeah, I mean this article just kind of highlighted to me a couple of things. One, your as an anime viewer, your attention and where you choose to place your attention may cause you to miss out on some truly great shows. So my attention, admittedly, was not on shows like Frieren or anything like that. And over the course doing this podcast has opened my eyes up to a whole bunch of different shows. Like I'm really watching, like for example, Isekai. Although Isekai is a popular genre, do not get me wrong, my attention was not placed on it. Thereby, I missed so many different shows. I remember hearing about Sword Art Online. I'm thinking, why the hell do I want to watch a show about that? I don't give a damn. Throw me some fights. Give me My Hero Academia. I don't care about Sword. But now, I'm sitting here telling you that slime is one of my favorite. It's the palate cleanser. It's the fast food, as we've said, but it's good. But it just makes me realize, especially with this, 266,000 people.
Yep.
Can't all be wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Can't all be wrong. Now, will I think it's a 9 out of 10 and best of all time? I could probably bet money, possibly not. However, there's clearly something there. There is clearly something there. At the bare minimum, it has to be at least a minimum 6 out of 10.
Oh, even more than that. I'll say 7.
That's exactly right. It has to be at least a 7 out of 10.
Yeah. And I've spoken to a few people who they've said it's the business.
Right? Didn't Kumar say it was like, no. Like, he's like, no, this thing is good. Like JJK, Demon Slayer, I can see it. I can actually see it. Yeah. But Frieren, we were on this podcast. It's released into the internet.
The way we were dissing Frieren.
Exactly. we were cussing it out.
You know what Frieren is now? It's you know when you get that glove and just slap you. Like, that's what they did to us.
That's exactly it.
Hey, you made it to the end. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching this. I'm Ed, host of the Suuuper Anime Podcast. That's super with 3 U's. If you enjoyed that clip, why not check out some of these? I'm sure you love them also. If you want to hear the full episode of the podcast that you just watched, then check out the description box. A link will be there for the full audio episode. Until then, thank you so much. Please do subscribe. It takes a moment for you, but means the world to us, and we'd really appreciate it. Peace.